So if you're looking to buy Samsung The Frame TV in 2023, this is a video for you. I've owned Samsung The Frame TV since 2020, and I've gone through the 2020 model, as well as gone through the 2021 model and 2022 model in some of my other videos. But I've owned this TV for a long time and I've really enjoyed it, and there's a lot of similarities between different versions, but this video is on the new 2022 Samsung The Frame version and kind of what to expect with it and if it's something for you that you might want to pick up yourself. So we'll get started with the Samsung The Frame 2022 version. Usually the biggest discounts that I've noticed over the years is on Black Friday and Boxing Day. For the 65-inch Samsung The Frame 2022 version, we're getting $600 off. If you are on the fence on this TV or not, maybe just make sure that you purchase this TV around some discounted times, because full price usually doesn't stay at that price at all times. One thing I've noticed with this new TV is the anti-glare. That's kind of their biggest selling feature, and it is quite impressive. So I looked above the fireplace at this restaurant, and it was Samsung The Frame 2022 version, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that totally looks like a picture. I didn't even think about it being a TV right away. And that was when I noticed, like, oh, this anti-glare stuff is really cool. So the stuff that they're pushing this time around for the anti-glare is something that I think is actually pretty impressive, and you probably are, it's probably worth buying the new one at this point with the discounts that are happening. The QLED's really impressive unless you're watching a movie and you really have a lot of dark scenes. OLED's gonna destroy it. Most people, I think, in my opinion, should not have this in the basement where you're watching movies. You should have this in a room where you don't want the TV to be in, and usually that's not your primary TV source. So to talk about the inputs and the outputs, you're getting a lot of features with Samsung The Frame TV. You're getting 4 HDMI outputs, you're getting 2 USB media ports, you have Wi-Fi and wired internet connectivity, you're getting Bluetooth. It works with Apple AirPlay too, which I use all the time. So I have a Chromecast connected to mine, and then I also have AirPlay on my TV. So then I get both kind of Google and Apple products connected, and it does work really nicely. I don't really like the system interface on Samsung The Frame, so I just use Chromecast and I use AirPlay. The TV operating system is the Tizen OS. I'm not the biggest fan of it, like I said previously, but it is there if you don't have a Chromecast or if you don't like Apple AirPlay. The preloaded apps are pretty cool. You get the Samsung TV Plus, Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, Apple TV, YouTube, SmartThings, Gallery, Samsung Health. It's pretty nice options there in the operating system. The cool thing about these TVs is motion control. So when you walk by the TV, it's going to turn on and turn on to art mode. For myself, I have the TV going off every 15 minutes with no motion. You can set that to be longer if you'd prefer. If someone is always walking within 15 minutes, you're good to go. You do get voice control. You do get a voice assistant built in with Bixby. You also get Google Assistant, and it also works with Amazon Alexa. So you get a lot of functionality there. It just doesn't work with the Apple HomeKit. So people who are concerned about the energy consumption with that motion control, with the TV always being on, when the TV is in art mode, it uses drastically less energy consumption. I think it uses 30%. And then yeah, you also have energy savings mode, which is pretty sweet. When you buy the TV itself, you do only get it with a rim. And if you want to have a different color, say beige, brown, white, you do have to buy those separately, and they do cost quite a bit of money. These bezels are a ripoff, but they do what they do great, and I bought them and I have no regrets, so something to consider. So you do get a 1-year warranty on the parts and the labor. The new 2022 version is very slim, but this makes it look just nice and sharp. Like, it does not look like a TV whatsoever. I think you'll be super impressed when you put this up in your house. Samsung says it's designed to look like a slim picture frame. That's completely accurate. The frame's minimalistic inspired design blends flawlessly with your interior design. The matte display was significant when I went to the restaurant. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but when I took a look at it compared to my 2020 version that I have in my house, wow. Like, that's great. Like, with the discounts that you get now, I think that would be something that would be beneficial over the 2021 version, since all these discounts are coming out. It's a pretty cool feature, even though it's so simple. You're buying this TV because of the art. Don't buy it because you just want a nice TV. Just buy normal QLED from Samsung and save yourself a little bit of money. This TV is really awesome, and the pictures that you get on stock are really great. You get about 20 on art mode, so you can go through some free options. Then Samsung makes you pay a yearly subscription if you want some more fancy art pieces. And there is a desire for that, but it's $80 a year roughly. That's a lot of money. For myself, I take all my photos personally, so I can just put up my own pictures on Samsung The Frame. So I do that. I open the SmartThings app and then I will put my photos in. Just to note though, you do have to have them in 16:9 dimensions, and if they're not completely accurate, then the options that you have is limited. So there's different matte options that you can have. So if the dimensions aren't right, then you don't get all of those options. You just get to put the picture up normally. It's fine, but I would really recommend make sure that the dimensions are accurate. So yeah, as you can see, as a slim fit wall mount, there's just barely anything there to show. Like, it's just pure picture, and that is really amazing. It does represent that. I didn't even think of it being a TV when I saw it at the restaurant. Just really impressive. So then there is some customization with this new TV, and there's an auto rotating wall mount that you can get, and it's pretty sick because you can just rotate this TV to fit your needs when you need it, and I think that's pretty cool. You can also get an auto rotating stand, and then you can also showcase your TV anywhere with just a pretty standard stand. So the nice thing is that it's 100% color volume with the quantum dot, and this just makes sure that the color is 100% accurate to what you're wanting to watch. So this is awesome. It turns into breathtaking color, and it stays true in any level of brightness. You do get this new quantum processor 4K, so this is great for all-around performance. It intelligently optimizes the picture, sound, and more to give you a truly breathtaking viewing experience. And then there's also this new eye comfort mode. So Samsung's unique eye comfort mode preloads local sunset and sunrise times to your screen, so it can automatically adjust your display accordingly. It also lowers brightness and colors after sunset, so your screen is softer on your eyes, making it easier to unwind and rest at the end of the day. And that's pretty cool because my eyes get super strained when I'm at work, and having an option where the TV adjusts that for me based on the time of the day and when the sun sets is awesome, compared to kind of similar to what is on my phone already. You can instantly play some of the biggest games from Xbox and other top game streaming partners with no download, storage limits, or console required. Just switch on your TV and play. So that's pretty cool if you don't have a console and you just want to play some games for fun. This is a TV that offers those options. So if you have a Samsung device or if you have an Apple device, this is awesome because you can cast your phone to the display of the TV. So I have an iPhone, it has Apple AirPlay. I can just cast my device to the TV, and the same goes for if you have a Samsung. So giving you both options to cast is pretty sweet. Then those who have Google, I don't think it works, but for me, I have a Google Chromecast, and then I can usually cast Samsung devices and Google devices. So that's really your solution to all the casting phone devices to your display. People ask about the sound quality, and I don't have speakers for Samsung the Frame, but the quality is fine. I have it on my staircase, and the sound all goes down to my basement. But it's still fine for me when I use it in my living room. I don't really have any issues. There's object tracking sound by Dolby Atmos, so you can experience the nuances of every scene with audio that tracks every motion. With dedicated up firing speakers, you can experience realistic 3D sounds that pull you in closer. So Samsung doesn't really sacrifice much on the sound. If you really are an audio nut, then just buy your own speaker sound system and you're gonna have a better time, obviously, because it's designed for that. So just to go through some more features that people are interested in, you do get, for gaming, you do get some Game Motion Plus, you get surround sound, you get FreeSync Premium Pro. For connectivity, you're going to be getting a 4K 120 Hertz HDMI for HDMI 4. So just make sure that if you want 120 Hertz, you put it into that HDMI port. So the thing to be concerned about with Samsung the Frame 2022 model is that it's been around almost for a year now, and usually they upgrade it every single year. And that's what I found every single year. New Samsung the Frame TV. Sometimes they make a big improvement, sometimes they don't. So the 2022 version with the no glare was a big improvement. I don't really expect them to make any major changes with the 2023 model, but they do come out usually around January, February, March, the first quarter of 2023. So if you want the latest and greatest TV from Samsung, probably want to hold out right now, but the new version is probably going to be just as good. I have a bunch of other videos about the Samsung Frame TV, so if you have any questions about art mode, you have any questions about the TV and what it looks like in the area, I have a bunch of videos for you. I want to help you out just like I would my brother. I'll see you in the next video.